All right. Again, I want to welcome everyone to tonight's webinar and conference call. It's TC Chambers, Executive Vice President, Infinity with MyEcon. And as always, it's my plum pleasing pleasure to be the one presenting this fantastic information with you all this evening. And, tonight we're going to talk a little bit about MyEcon, the personal financial success company. And, I want to take my time and really give it to you in a way that it just makes so much sense, and that if you left this line without the intent to take action on information you're hearing, I think it would be a terrible mistake. But two, I think you'll feel it'll churn in your gut for the next several hours and into the next day, because it's such simple message that we have, and the information is so important. So first, the name itself, MyEcon, is short for My Economy. Now, the reason they named the company that is because they want people to, in the forefront of their mind, to understand that you are the CEO of your economy. The same way that United States government has an economy and President Trump is the CEO of that economy, the city and state you live in has an economy. Well, you are the CEO of your household's finances, your household's economy. And the success or failure of that depends on you as a CEO getting all the knowledge and tools you need to be successful. And we're going to start with an understanding of the playing field, what is necessary and needed in order to accomplish financial success, and what that looks like here in America today. So the Personal Financial Success Company, we call ourselves that because over the past 14 plus years, we've empowered tens of thousands of families and individuals with the knowledge, tools, and vehicle they need to have a positive impact on their finances and allow them to be able to reach their financial goals. Now, let's take a second to talk a little bit about the company itself so you'll know our background. Well, we're a 14-year-old debt-free, technology-driven company, headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia. And to date, our program has empowered tens of thousands of associates to increase their cash flow in excess of $450 million. And our company's mission is very simple but very powerful, and that's to empower individuals and families with the knowledge and tools they need to obtain personal financial success. Now, personal financial success is super simple concept to understand. We break it down into pretty much two basic categories. One, and they're really financial objectives. And put yourself in this situation and ask yourself, do these characteristics or do these objectives meet mine? First, the first objective is to have enough cash flow coming in to support your lifestyle, one, during your working years now, to be able to take care of your family or yourself at the level you desire. Second objective is continue to have enough cash flow coming in to support your lifestyle during your retirement years, but without you having to work. So not retirement meaning I left this job after 20 years and I'm working another job. No, you're now living life on your own terms. You're getting up when you want, doing what you want, with you want, wherever you want, going where you want, staying as long as you want, coming back when you want, wearing what you want. All those things on your terms. Now, I believe that if you're on here, those two objectives meet you. And if those two objectives are one, that you're going through the first phase now, and you want to transition and go into the second phase and finish that second phase successfully, whether it's in the next 36 to 60 months, or whether it's in the next 24 months, or you're just getting started, and you want to play the long game 10 years, there are some very specific things that you have to understand. Now, in order for you to transition to the second objective, where you have all the money coming in that you need, you have to buy, build, and grow assets that replace you as the one bringing the money in. In other words, you have to buy, build enough, and grow enough stocks, bonds, retirement accounts like your 401ks, your 403bs, your TSPs. You have to buy, build, and grow a large enough real estate portfolio that the passive income is enough to allow you and your family to continue to live without no adults working. Or you have to buy, build, and grow enough businesses that grow and operate without you. So now, during your working years, simultaneously while you're making money, you have to be buy, build, and grow these income-producing assets to replace you. Now, unfortunately, we were only given guidance up to the first part. Make money on our jobs, put money away. That's it. We weren't taught how money grows, how money works. What are some alternatives besides just your retirement account? We weren't taught all those things. So as a result, statistics say that 96% of the working force fail to reach their second objective. Now, I imagine that if you're on this line or on the webinar, or if you're on our Facebook Live, your objective is not to fail to reach that second objective. So I'm moving forward with that given, that no one's intent is to fail not reaching that objective. So we have to ask, what is it that's keeping so many millions of Americans, hardworking, highly educated, dedicated, committed Americans from reaching their second objective, their financial goal of retirement or financial independence? See, because I believe once you understand them, then you can counter them so they no longer play a role. So let's take a look at some of these objectives or these obstacles that are keeping people from being successful. First, high taxes. Now, they say, and it's a fact, that W-2 employees lose a third of their income to taxes before they get their paychecks. So, it's simple. Yes or no? If taxes impact your cash flow from your paycheck, do you want to get command of it so less of your dollars in your paycheck are impacted by taxes? Yes or no? Either you want to get the knowledge and tools to minimize the impact of taxes on your pay, or you don't. If you do, continue on with us to the next obstacle, but if you do not, it makes no sense to waste your time and go on any further. So, if you're still with us, then I'm assuming that one, you want to learn how to minimize the impact of taxes on your pay, which gives you more cash flow to allow you to buy, build, and grow income-producing assets to get you towards your objective. So that's the first obstacle that we're going to take on. The second is poor credit. See, we all know credit plays a major role in our lives, but even more so now than before. See, now people that are going into the job market, if you want to get a job, one of the factors they're using now is they're evaluating someone's credit to determine if they're a good fit for their company. Whatever reason they're using it as a barometer, they are. Insurance companies are using credit scores to assess risk. They don't know. They don't know you. They don't necessarily know your background. So they're using it as a parameter to assess risk, which in turn determines how much your premium is going to be. Credit determines how much you're going to pay over the next 5 years for your vehicle, i.e. the interest rate. How much you're going to pay for the next 30 years for your house. I would venture to say that credit plays such a major role in our finances that it's probably something you don't want to blindly delegate to someone else to do. So if you believe that credit is something that it plays a major role in our finances and you want to get total control over your ability to impact your score, it's a yes or no question. If the answer is yes, you want to get control of that so not only you can impact yourself positively, but those that are behind you that you can then teach, then stay on. If their answer is no, that credit's not a big deal and you're not really concerned with it, you might as well hang up. You're going to be wasting your time going forward. So, if you're still with us, it's safe to assume that one, you want to minimize the impact of taxes on your paycheck. Two, you want to build your credit score. You want to have control over repair, building and maintaining a strong credit score so you lower your borrowing costs, which in turn keeps more of your dollars available to you to buy, build, and grow income-producing assets. That's the second obstacle. The third is too much debt. See, debt's the silent killer. Prior to the holidays, people had X amount of debt. After the Christmas holidays, they had almost double debt, which means that's double debt you now have to service. That means pay interest on, which means that's more cash flow leaving your paycheck and going to service that. So as a part of the first two strategies, or the first two obstacles, how we deal with those is we have to get you more cash flow so you can rapidly pay that debt down and eliminate it. See, every time you eliminate a debt, that puts more cash flow back into your household. So you eliminate your $300 car note, you put $300 more back into your household. That's $300 more you have to buy, build, and grow income-producing assets. That's what you need to get to your financial objective, that second one. Our fourth obstacle is inadequate investing and savings. See, you have to ask yourself, do you right now know enough about money, how money grows, how compound interest grows, how much money you need to be putting away so that your retirement account is going to be able to take care of you for the rest of your life? Because the fourth obstacle that are keeping millions and millions of Americans from retiring is they aren't investing and saving enough. They don't know how to make their money work and grow for them at a rapid and substantial rate. So as a result, 15, 20, 25 years down the road, since that's the only avenue of attack to get to our financial freedom, we were taught to put money in your retirement account and it'll take you down the road, millions fail miserably, unfortunately. But it's not their fault. See, the fact that high taxes, poor credit, too much debt, and inadequate investing and savings are wreaking havoc on tens of millions of Americans' financial lives, it's not their fault. No one taught them different. No one taught them, hey, be aware of this. Be aware of credit. Be aware and understand debt, how a role it plays. Inadequate investing and savings. Have a good understanding of the fifth obstacle, limited income and inflation. See, a constant has been going on, and it's in our lives. Inflation, that's how we measure the cost of living. And it impacts us. See, groceries cost more in April 2019 than they did in April 2017. That's called inflation. Gasoline costs more today than it did a year ago. In fact, if you just renew the lease on your apartment, your lease costs you more this year than it did last year. That's inflation. So your income has to not only grow with, but higher than inflation. But it doesn't matter that if your job doesn't give you a 5% pay raise every year. You're the CEO of your finances. You have to ensure that your income grows by 5%. Now think about someone told us that when we were 8, 9, 10, that if we understood that every single year our income needs to increase by a minimum of 5%, then that would have been ingrained in our heads when we first started working jobs and businesses. But it's not our fault that it wasn't taught to us. But now as CEOs, it's our responsibility to adapt all the things that we need. So now, what is it that we need to do to unequivocally wipe out the effect of these obstacles? Super simple. Here's a strategy. Now, we use this strategy because we know with absolute certainty that it works. What millions of Americans need in order to overcome these obstacles is more cash flow and smart financial strategies. So now, unfortunately, Americans don't find it very easy or convenient to get more cash flow. Their options in their mind are limited. In fact, the typical person, if they need more money, they go out and get a part-time job. They ask for overtime. Some do ride-sharing and drive for Uber or Lyft. That's what the limitations are as far as making more cash flow. But we have to get more sophisticated and more sustainable than that. Next is smart financial strategies. What are we doing with our money? Here's a perfect example, as I'm going to move on, of a smart financial strategy versus a non-smart financial strategy. See, a smart financial strategy would be to, during this week, instead of spending money on a new Easter dress or Easter suit for your son, you buy them a stock, a bond, or a CD. That would be a smart financial strategy. A not so smart financial strategy would give your dollars towards a dress for your daughter or a suit for your son, and someone else uses those dollars to buy, build, and grow income-producing assets. See, Americans need more cash flow, but they also need smarter financial strategies. We help with both. Our income-shifting membership has 5 strategies that help with both more cash flow and smart financial strategies. Additionally, our online educational system not only focuses on financial literacy, but it focuses on entrepreneurship. Why? Because entrepreneurship in a free enterprise system like America is the way that you grow your income rapidly and massive amounts of income is grown. See, so a part of what we teach is a mindset. You have to think differently. See, when we start talking about making an extra $10,000 a week, $100,000 a month, your mind can't go to get rich quick scheme, scam. See, you have to understand in a capitalist society, when millions and millions of people want products and services, and they buy those products and services at the same amount of time, massive amounts of wealth is exchanged. Let me give you an example so you'll understand exactly what I mean. All right? If Apple decided that 1 week from today, they were going to release the iPhone 15 worldwide, it's not very difficult to imagine that 1 week from today, that Apple will sell 1 million units of the iPhone 15. Now, at $1,000 each, that's $1 billion they made in one day. So that's a massive amount of wealth that was shifted from the consumers, $1 billion, over to Apple. Now, is it safe to say that Apple is not a get-rich-quick scheme? Apple is not a fly-by-night, a flimsy company that doesn't have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. No, they absolutely do, but we never thought about it in that context. So it's very important that you shift your mindset and you begin to learn about how these things work, and that's what our program teaches you. See, I could flip through these slides real fast, get you excited, but I want you to understand with no doubt that with us is where you need to be yesterday. Let's talk about our income shifting membership and some of the components of it. So first, correcting tax withholdings. Why is that in our membership? Well, the IRS says 80% of the workforce, 100 million Americans, have too much money withheld from their paychecks every single pay period. 100 million people. See, I did a post today and I said, tax season is over, but tax withholdings isn't. See, so 100 million people still are having too much money withheld from their paycheck. Those are valuable dollars that they need to buy, build, and grow income-producing assets. See, let me ask you this. Does it make sense to go out and focus on working overtime to make an extra couple $100 a month? Does it make sense to go out and get a part-time job, more time away from the family, more wear and tear on the body, to make an extra few $100 a month, when first you should understand how to properly adjust your W-4 so you put $200 to $500 in your pay without doing any of those things? That's what we help you do with our tax withholding training. No overtime, no part-time job, no selling. We teach you how to position yourself and properly adjust the W-4 so you shift $200 to $500 back in your paycheck. You now have those dollars to buy, build, and grow income-producing assets. So the question is this. Simple, yes or no. Do you want to put more of your dollars, tax dollars, back in your paycheck, which now gives you more dollars to buy, build, and grow income-producing assets? It's yes or no. If the answer is yes, you're in the right place. If the answer is no, you're wasting your time. Let's go on to the next strategy that's in this system. Building great credit. See, we already talked about the importance of the credit. So what we're going to do is in our system, our membership, we give you a 10-module, 26-video system that teaches you and lets you implement a step-by-step strategy to repair, build, and maintain great credit. See, when you delegate the responsibility, because we understand that your credit is broken up like a pie, 5 different sections. One section is worth 35%, and that's your payment history. That's what that company that you're paying to repair your credit is addressing. 35% of your credit score. That's it. We teach you how to address 100% of your credit score, and you do it much faster. So now, do you want to have control over impacting 100% of your credit score, yes or no? If the answer is yes, then this membership is valuable to you and for you. Let's go on to our third component within this membership. It's eliminating debt. Now, millions of Americans have more debt than they have money to pay. And they say the typical household has $16,000 of credit card debt, and that it will take that household 15 years to pay that debt off. Now, that doesn't sound bad, but if you understand finance and money and compound interest the way we do, then what that sounds to us is like that particular household over the next 15 years is going to spend $100,000 to pay off that $16,000 of debt. Now, when you put it in perspective like that, that's a bad situation to be in. So we encourage you to use some of this extra cash flow, you know, that $200 to $500 we put in your paycheck, to rapidly eliminate that debt. We provide in our membership a debt elimination software that shows you step by step exactly how to do it. So it doesn't matter that we weren't taught back in the day, that you might have found it out back in the day. We're going to give you everything you need right now to be successful in your quest to become 100% debt-free. The tools and cash flow. Let's go on to our fourth one. Now, first, before I go on, does it seem of value? Do you find it of value? Do you want to have the ability to rapidly eliminate your debt, ultimately becoming debt-free, and putting more of that cash flow that was servicing that debt back into your household to give you the ability to buy, build, and grow more income-producing assets? So if the answer is yes, you're in the right place at the right time, and this system, our membership, is already checking all the blocks for you, if that makes sense. The fourth is minimizing taxes. See, here's taxes again. See, there are two pay systems, or two tax codes, I should say. There's the tax laws for business owners and tax laws for those that do not have a business. Now, let's look back a little bit, because it's important to understand. So some people say, well, why can you get more deductions as a business owner versus a non-business owner? I just don't understand. Well, it's clear, it's simple. The government has made a pattern of giving financial incentive for what they want the Americans to do. All right? If the government wants you to go eco-friendly, then what they do is they say, okay, you have the ability to buy an electric car and a regular gas car. If you purchase the electrical one, then we're going to give you $1,000 tax credit for being eco-friendly. So they just gave you a financial incentive to move in the direction that they want you to move. The government wants more Americans to participate in the financial system, to become homeowners. So what do they say? If you got a choice, pay $1,500 for this mortgage on this house, or $1,500 rent on this house. If you choose to pay $1,500 mortgage, get a mortgage, then the government is going to allow you to write off the interest on that mortgage plus the property taxes. Tax preferential treatment to move in the direction of participating in the financial system versus not. So they've already established a pattern of giving you a financial incentive to do what they want you to do. Well, now we're talking about business. There are two tax laws. If you do not have a business, you get no tax deductions for your automobile, the use of it. No tax deduction for your cell phone. No tax deduction for your internet access. No tax deduction for meals while you're out with other people and you're having conversations. No tax deductions for when you travel. Here's a big one. If you're a parent, no tax deduction for the 18 years that you're taking care of your children outside of the earned income credit and the child tax credit. You don't get to write off what you spend on their clothes, their food, their karate classes, their daycare. You don't get deductions for that. But guess what? They say if you're a business owner, we're going to give you financial incentive to become a business owner. You know that car or truck you drive. If you're a business owner, we're going to give you the ability to make some of those expenses tax deductible, saving you money. Your cell phone, your internet access, your travel. Meals, beverage you have out with people that you can talk to about your business, tax deductible. And if you're a parent, for 18 years of taking care of those children, we're going to allow you to pay your children up to $12,200 each, make it 100% tax deductible for you. And now you can use that money to buy their clothes, their food, their karate classes, their class trips, their daycare, their private school, all the money you're spending anyway. We want to give you a financial incentive to participate in a free enterprise system. So we provide you with a tax record keeping software, because when you get our income shifting membership, you get our system that's web-based. So you're now an online entrepreneur, an affiliate. So now you get access to hundreds of tax deductions that those that do not have businesses now have. Now, so we're going to show you how to save thousands of dollars in taxes using all the IRS publications and guidance. Step by step by step. So it's simple. Do you want to convert some of the expenses that you already incurred as a part of your normal lifestyle, I already talked about them, into now partially tax deductible business expenses, giving you tax savings, saving you more dollars in taxes, those dollars you now have to use to buy, build, and grow income-producing assets? If the answer is yes, you are again clearly for the fourth time in the right place at the right time. Fifth and final one is investment education. Now, a lot of the things that I talked about dealt with elements of finance and money. When we talk about your 401k, we talk about understanding the types of investments. What's a stock? What's a bond? What's a commodity? What's a real asset? What's dollar cost averaging? What's a mutual fund? What's tax deferred? What are all of these financial concepts and strategies? We teach those, so you have a better understanding of how to evaluate where you put your money and the return on your investment that it will bring. Understand the importance of owning a piece of America. See, that scenario I gave you about buying a dress or a suit was more about understanding the importance of buying a stock or bond or CD that now helps you own a piece of America. More importantly, if you bought it in your children's name, they now own a piece of America. See, the missing piece for the masses in America today is not coffee. It's not tea. It's not their ability to travel. It's financial literacy. It's knowledge specific to finance and money. See, there's not a bigger business opportunity than that. So our flagship product is our online membership that focuses on financial literacy and entrepreneurship, and we deliver it through a web-based business. So that's our core product. But guess what? We're not a one-stop shop. Well, we are a one-stop shop, but not for one product. We have multiple points of entry to multiple billion-dollar industries. See, if you look at a company like Amazon, they don't have just one thing. They're a one-stop shop for multiple industries. You look at Netflix. You look at Walmart. They do bundling. Even the cable companies do bundling. Before you just get cable. Then you get cable, internet, telephone, security systems. They become a one-stop shop of bundling. Well, we're the same thing. Not only are you in the most lucrative industry in all of America, and that's the money industry, the financial education industry, but guess what? You're also in the online shopping industry, another huge industry. In fact, your website allows people to buy from you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, from over 1,000 stores, many of them household names that represent over 1 million products. Walmart, Macy's, Best Buy, BrandsMart. Bottom line, they get to buy from the same stores they've been buying from anyway. While you sleep, they get cash back, you get commission. Online travel, every single one of you, I bet, I'd wager, have booked a hotel, booked the airline, booked a cruise, rented a car online. Every single one of you have probably even used Priceline before. Well, guess what? Your customers now can go to your website 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and do the same thing they've been doing, and you make money on it. They get the same discount prices, but you make money. So now you got money coming in from empowering people to be good stewards of their money. You got money coming in for people shopping online. You have money coming in now for people booking travel. You also have the ability to have money for people purchasing ID theft protection. Why are they purchasing that? Because every 6 seconds in America, somebody's ID is being stolen. See, you don't have any control over that, but you can put yourself in the middle of that income stream, that cash flow stream that's going around. And we do that with one fell swoop with our membership. You're also in the $1 trillion health and nutrition industry. Healthy beverages, nutritional supplements, coffees, teas, all those things that people are buying anyway, but guess what? You're not shipping, stockpiling anything. Everything is done through your site, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They get free shipping, and they don't have to call you about anything. You just monitor your account in the back office of your website and watch your account go up. Watch the dollars and the commissions go up. Roadside assistance, another $1 billion industry. You're smack dab in the middle of that cash flow stream as well. All simultaneously, never rebranding, staying the same one-stop solution to all their financial and health needs. One-stop shop. Now, let's talk about how lucrative an endeavor this is. Because remember, I said it's important to be able to make massive amounts of income to help you accelerate the process of buying, building, and growing income-producing assets. I'm talking massive amounts. We're not talking about extra $200 to $500 a month. You can do that without even going into business. But that is not going to have a major impact on your life. It's not enough money to compound and grow fast enough. It's not enough money to buy, build, and grow enough income-producing assets to change your life yesterday. So you need thousands of dollars a week extra coming in. Fortunately for you, our pay system allows that. We have a world-class compensation plan. Now, we have the fastest pay and promotion system in the industry. It's simple. Why? Why is it so fast and so lucrative? Because we give a person ability to take advantage of everything we just talked about for less than $50. You understand? Less than $50, they get all the value I just talked about. So the first time you enroll someone in one of our memberships, guess what? You earn $10 a commission. We consider that a training sale. But you also, going forward, get 5% income match of all the commissions that person earns going forward as long as they're part of our program. You just got promoted. Now, guess what? Here's the magic. First part of the magic is now every time from that point on, every time someone enrolls in a membership you refer, you earn $50 commission. They enroll for less than $50, you earn $50. That's 100% commission. In the affiliate industry, they call that Tier 1. You have 100% commission, Tier 1. Well, and they also start talking about Tier 2, and I've just learned this online vernacular. You know, Tier 2 commissions when you talk to affiliates. What's your Tier 2? Our Tier 2 is 80%. So someone pays $50 to get in second level. Your commission is $40. So you earn unlimited $50 on what you do, and then unlimited $40 Tier 2 on what your teammates do. So we have literally people in my econ, because this is paid weekly, all volume is paid on the following week, literally make anywhere from extra $50 to actually $15,000 a week. See, I remember, massive amounts of income in short periods of time because of lots of people wanting a product or service at the same time. Now, I also talked about the ability of not only making money one time on what you do, no, you have to mimic the Amazons. They get you as a customer one time and you pay every single month. You have to mimic, model the Netflix. They get you as a customer one time and you pay every single month. The utility companies, the cell phone companies, they get you as a customer one time and they earn income off of that customer, you, every single month. So guess what? Our system allows you to do the same thing. As you're building these memberships, these team of entrepreneurs nationwide, you earned income up front. Well, now you also have the ability on their memberships, as long as they maintain their memberships, for the fifth month on, up to $8 a month residual income of every single active. So now, let's put that in perspective. You got 100 people on your team, 500 people on your team, 1,000 people on your team that are in business for themselves, that are taking care of their families, addressing those 5 obstacles, by building and growing income-producing assets, learning about money, doing all that for themselves, and they continue to do that on a month-to-month, year-to-year basis, and you're earning up to $8 a month residual on that. So significant upfront money on a weekly basis and massive compounding residual income. See, it's not hard with all the value and with all the needs and the pain points that this covers for your organization, your business to grow 25 new memberships on a weekly basis. Well, that'll make you an extra $1,000 a week. After 12 months, you'd have 1,250 new memberships. Well, that'll pay you up to $10,000 a month. Not bad. We have people doing that in a week, but that's not bad. That's a good start. But what happens as it continues to grow? Gain some momentum. It starts growing at about 100 new memberships a week. Now we're starting talking a little bit of money. That's about $4,000 extra a week. So you got to understand, while I'm saying that's not a lot of money, remember my example in the beginning, Apple would have done $1 billion in that one day. So when you look at the scale, that amount of wealth is being made, $4,000 in a week is not a lot of money. That's 5,000 new memberships. If you turn that growth over the year, that would pay you up to $40,000 a month. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Now we're starting to put a little scratch on the trillions of dollars of wealth that's here in America. As you continue to gain momentum and steam, and it grows at about 250 memberships a single week. Well, that's going to pay an extra $10,000 a week. Now we're starting to talk some money now. Well, over a 12-month period, now you're talking about 12,500 entrepreneurs nationwide. There's over 100 million Americans that have too much money coming out of their paychecks. 68 million Americans that have poor credit. 12,500 entrepreneurs on your team barely scratches the surface of that. But that would pay you up to $100,000 a month. Now we're going down the road of building some wealth. So not only are you earning upfront commissions weekly and residual income off of your team's growth, but don't forget, people are still 24 hours a day shopping on your website. You're getting 60% commissions of those sales. And people are still buying from the websites of your team, whether it's 1,250 people or 5,000 people or 12,500 people. And you're earning up to 20% commission on team sales. Bottom line, upfront commissions with compounding huge residual income. That's the type of business income you need. That's the type of business income we help people build. See, we don't help people get started on this journey for an extra $200 to $500 a month. No, it's to build significant cash flow in a fast amount of time so they can rapidly buy, build, and grow income-producing assets. That's why the leveraged pay system, residual system, is so important. Simple. All you need to do now is just get back with the person that invited you onto this webinar, onto this conference call, onto this Facebook Live, or this replay. They're going to enroll you and get you set up in your own personalized full e-commerce website. Don't worry. The company is not going to charge you $1,500, $2,000 to design and set up your e-commerce website. It's going to be a part of the membership. Also a part of the membership is the tax withholding training. So we're going to show you exactly how to properly complete multiple forms on your W-4, giving you the ability to shift hundreds of dollars back in your paycheck. Our credit system. You now have the ability immediately to start learning and applying what you learn to repair, build, and grow, and maintain great credit. In addition to that, you got our cash flow manager software showing you how to step-by-step document your income, your expenses, GPS your travels in your vehicle, and take digital images of all your receipts. All the things you need to be doing for the IRS to allow you to keep giving you that favor, that tax preferential treatment. You have our debt elimination software to apply some of this cash flow that we shifted back into your paycheck, to apply some of these tens of thousands of dollars of cash flow from business income to rapidly eliminate that debt. And then how do you make that money, manage that money, and multiply that money? That's investment education. And now, I know I showed you a lot of value, and I know you're thinking, oh my goodness, this is going to cost me a fortune. I don't have that type of money. Usually, someone would now say it's only going to be about $2,500. We're going to work out a payment plan. Nope, we're not going to do that. We're not going to charge you $1,500. We're not going to charge you $1,000. We're not even going to charge you $499. Now, it's well worth it. Far more worth it. Just think about it. The website alone will cost you $1,500, $2,000 to get started and another $100 a month to maintain. You get everything I talked about in business for yourself but not by yourself, our support and training system on and offline for a one-time fee of $49.95. And then after 30 days, just $34.95 to maintain your business. In other words, you keep your doors of business open and addressing all those obstacles for less than $1.16 a day. And guess what? It's all tax deductible. In fact, most people save more on their taxes than it costs them to maintain the business. Let me put it in perspective. What I just told you and presented to you from a numerical perspective, $49.95 up front and $34 a month. In 12 months, that's $490, less than $500 a year to maintain and operate your business. For that, we show you how to put $200 to $500 back in your paycheck, save thousands of dollars a year on your taxes, and build a 4, 5, and even 6-figure income, all for less than $500. I would say that that's an opportunity that you have to take advantage of right away. So, get back to the person that invited you on. Get it signed up today. As soon as you enroll in your website, click on that green Get Started button and start participating in our turnkey system. That's going to tell you step by step what to do. And then come back on here again, find out our training schedule, our webinar schedule, participate in the system and all the training, and work your way towards obtaining all of your financial goals. So I want to thank you for the time that you spent with us this evening. I hope you found it of value, and I'm sure I'm going to see you on the other side. Take care, God bless, and good night.